The first time I realized my phone was in bed with us, literally between us on the mattress, I laughed it off. Just fell asleep scrolling, right? But then it happened again. And again. Eventually, I stopped laughing. There's something deeply ironic about lying next to someone you love while both of you stare at separate screens, connected to everyone except each other. We've become experts at parallel isolation, masters of being alone together. And honestly, most of us don't even notice it happening until the damage is already done. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. How we've let these glowing rectangles become the third person in our relationships. Not in some dramatic, affair-like way. That'd almost be easier to spot. No, it's sneakier than that. It's the quick Instagram check that turns into 40 minutes. The just one more episode that becomes 3. The rabbit hole of Reddit threads at 1 a.m. when your partner's hand reaches across the bed and finds nothing. The invisible wall we're building. Here's what nobody tells you about dead bedrooms. They rarely start with a bang. Pun intended. They fade like old photographs, so gradually you don't notice the color draining away. And technology? It's the perfect accomplice to this slow assassination of intimacy. Think about your evening routine for a second. Really think about it. Dinner happens with phones face up on the table, just in case. Then it's Netflix on the couch, but you're both half watching while scrolling through whatever. Bedtime arrives, and instead of turning toward each other, you're turning toward your respective feeds. The blue light isn't just keeping you awake, it's keeping you apart.
My friend Sarah, not her real name obviously, told me something that stuck. I realized I knew more about what random influencers were having for breakfast than what my husband was feeling that day.
She laughed when she said it, but there was something hollow in that laugh. You know the one. The crazy part? We're not even enjoying it. We scroll with the enthusiasm of someone cleaning out their junk drawer. It's maintenance mode, not pleasure. Just checking. Always checking. For what? Hell if I know. The porn elephant. Nobody wants to talk about. Okay, let's rip this band-aid off. Porn is everywhere. And pretending it's not affecting our bedrooms is like pretending social media hasn't changed how we see ourselves. It's delusional. I'm not here to be the morality police. What you do with your browser history is your business. But when pixels become preferable to people, when the fantasy becomes easier than reality, we've got a problem. And man, do we have a problem. The thing about porn is that it's the sexual equivalent of fast food. Quick, easy, no effort required. No vulnerability, no awkward moments, no possibility of rejection. Just instant gratification, tailored to whatever specific thing you're into that Tuesday. But here's what it doesn't tell you. Regular consumption changes your palate. Suddenly, the home-cooked meal, sorry for the metaphor but you get it, seems bland. Takes too long. Too much work. I've watched friends' relationships crumble under the weight of this. One partner feeling inadequate, unsexy, like they're competing with an endless stream of impossibly willing pixels. The other partner not understanding why real intimacy feels like work when the alternative is so easy. It's heartbreaking, really. We're choosing the path of least resistance right into isolation, the dopamine trap we've built for ourselves. You know that little hit you get when someone likes your post? That tiny rush when you match on a dating app, even when you're supposedly happily partnered? That's not an accident. These platforms are engineered to be more addictive than anything in your medicine cabinet. We're essentially microdosing dopamine all day long. Notification here, like there, comment, share, repeat. By the time evening rolls around, we're depleted, burnt out. The idea of generating actual intimacy, the kind that requires presence, attention, vulnerability, feels exhausting. So we don't. We scroll instead. There's this couple I know who instituted phone jail, a basket by the bedroom door where devices go to sleep for the night. They told me the first week was actually uncomfortable. Like, physically uncomfortable. They didn't know what to do with their hands, their eyes, their attention. But then something shifted. They started talking. Actually talking. Not the "how was your day, fine, yours fine" exchange, but real conversation. The kind that leads places. Chapter: Finding Our Way Back to Each Other. I'm not naive enough to suggest we all throw our phones in the ocean and go live in a cabin somewhere. Technology isn't the enemy. Our relationship with it is. The question isn't whether we use these tools, but whether they're using us. Start small, really small. Like, embarrassingly small. Put your phone in another room for 1 hour before bed. Just one. See what happens in that space. It'll be weird at first. You might actually have to look at each other.
God forbid you might have to talk.
Create boundaries that feel rebellious in their simplicity. No phones during meals. Devices charge outside the bedroom. One night a week where Netflix stays off and you do something else. Anything else. Play cards badly. Cook something ridiculous. Have terrible sex that makes you both laugh. Just be present with the awkwardness of being human together. The truth is, we're all just scared. Scared of being vulnerable. Scared of being rejected. Scared of being truly seen. Our devices offer us the illusion of connection without any of the risk. But illusions don't keep you warm at night. They don't hold your hand through hard times. They don't grow old with you. Maybe it's time we admitted that we've been having an affair, all of us, with the easy comfort of our screens. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to choose the harder, messier, infinitely more rewarding path of actual human connection. Your bedroom doesn't have to stay dead. But resurrection requires putting down the phone and picking up the person next to you. Even if your hands shake a little, especially then.